Hey everybody, this is Percy LaPointe with Tender Care Lawn Service. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that everybody asks, including us, is how do I grow my business? How do I get to the next level? Whether that's $250,000, $500,000, 1 million on up. And so I can tell you the few things that we've kind of followed that's tried and true to get us where we are and then where we're getting. And I can tell you for one that we're a big marketing company. Even though we're in the service-based business, we're doing lawn maintenance, landscaping, new construction, irrigation, drainage, fertilization, weed control. We do it all. But I can tell you what we're primarily focused on, and that's marketing, because we're in the people business. We market very heavily socially, Facebook, YouTube, kind of picking up on the video marketing a lot more recently within the last year. But Facebook's heavy, Instagram. Um, we have tried in the past flyers, radio ad, billboards, yard signs, postcards, referrals, good referral programs. We've done a lot, and I can tell you that very seldom do we have to go out there to the market and bring in the customers. The customers come to us, and I can credit a lot of that to our marketing campaigns and whatnot. We're always in a push. We're always in a proactive approach to get an account instead of a reactive. They come to us, and I think that goes a long way. We fill up the pipeline, and by doing that, there's just always new revenue coming in instead of sitting back and just getting comfortable with the recurring revenue that comes in, because that new revenue helps you to grow your company to get where you need to be. If you need to finance items, if you need to make the moves in your business to wherever you, depends on how big you want to get, because it's going to cost you. And depending on the size that you want to get, the more money it's going to take. And so we can tell you firsthand that if you want to grow fast and you want to grow aggressive, it's going to take a lot of money, and you're going to need new revenue. And to get new revenue, you need to have a marketing campaign. You might need a salesperson like us. We have a salesperson. He's awesome. He's great. I wouldn't even call him a salesperson, because, I mean, the guy's a closer. But we have 4 people in our organization that can go out, do an estimate, sell a deal. So that's pretty big for us. I can tell you the next thing that we credit a lot of our business growth to is just doing the right thing. Hey, if we screw up, we guarantee our work. We'll go out and fix it. We'll go out and fix it. We go out and fix it. It's not that we have to do that often, but when push comes to shove, even if I'm borderline, hey, the customer's saying one thing and I know that we did or didn't do it, most of the time we didn't do it, we still go do it anyway. We go fix it. Because the perception in that customer's mind is that we did it. And so even if we didn't do it, I'll kind of make a judgment call on that. But more often than not, even when I know or think that we did not do it, because I'll get with our guys and I trust our guys first, is we always do the right thing and just fix the problem, even if it costs money. It doesn't come down to how much money does it cost us. What's that customer or that client talking bad about us? What does that cost? And so we'll weigh those odds. And then I guess the next thing for me is knowing your numbers. And this is a big one. I can go on and make a video just on knowing your numbers. So quite often I know my numbers. What is my billable per man per hour rate constantly? So I'll figure out what our numbers are. So what's this person costing me? And so we'll constantly know our numbers as far as when you add and take away equipment. So there's expenses there. And when you hire and fire people, those expenses fluctuate. So I always know what our expenses are for stuff and then what our expenses are for labor. And I constantly know that number because it does go up and down. So as it goes up and down, we constantly monitor that and make sure the billable to non-billable personnel is right where it needs to be. And we know the revenue coming in, and we know where we're gonna be in the future, so we can plan for that. So knowing your numbers is huge. I mean, like I said, I can go on one video just on knowing your numbers, and maybe I should, because I'm a big numbers guy, and that is gold right there. if you can't guide your ship, you won't get anywhere. You're going to lose money. And so if you want to grow your company and you don't really know what your expenses are and what they should be and how to calculate, and there may be a few expenses throughout the month. Hey, you didn't know you were going to bust that window in the car, or whatever, a rock from a weed eater threw it 50 yards away, and then, you know, so there are things you can account for, but most of it you can. And so I'm going to say just know your numbers all around. Even if you do it, I mean, quite often we do it once a week, sometimes daily, if I spot check it. So every time I hire or fire or equipment purchases, we're constantly doing it. Especially if things are financed, you want to do it. Because we never make a purchase without knowing where we stand and where we're going to be after we make the purchase. So I would say for sure, wrap your head around marketing. Always do the right thing and make sure you know your numbers. Those are the three things as a business owner that's our responsibility. And so I'm talking to you business owners that you may be good out in the field, and if you're anything like me, I was good out in the field and I really wasn't so good, and I had to take myself out of the field after a while and get good at that part of it. And if you're anything like me, you got to do what you got to do. Even if you don't really like to be in the office, you need to make that decision. If you plan on growing, at some point you're going to be out of the field. And if you're the guy that says, hey, move over, let me do it myself, it's not going to work out well for you. At some point you're going to have to get the people to run the business so you can do the things that you need to do to basically guide that ship. So anyway, I hope this helps. Those are the three key components that I would like to point out for today's video. And again, that's marketing. Always do the right thing and know your numbers. Again, Percy LaPointe, TenderCare Lawn Service. Thank you so much.